Well, good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. I'm so excited to be here. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, and I am with my co-host.
Your amazing co-host, Coach Elix, is in the
I
house.
You didn't even give me a chance to say anything, you know? I was going to say even more than amazing, but we'll stick with amazing now.
Well,
See?
no, you can say more. Good looking,
See?
smart.
Well, of
Those are
course.
all adjectives Dave, our producer, has already shared with me. So keep going.
Sure. Yeah. You have a list from him, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's all about the conversation the three of us have before the show goes live. So me, Elix, and Dave Vitt, who is producing the show today. So thank God for those guys and that we get to do this. So Elix, I'm so excited. I haven't done Through the Static in a couple of months because I always do the last Friday of the month. I take your spot, and every last Friday of the month, it's either a holiday or we were away, or so it's really great to be here and to get to do this. And for anybody who calls in after the first break is when I start taking calls and doing readings. So, but the first segment is always just just a chat between the two of us and everybody listening, right?
And of course, your beautiful, generous heart husband said to you, why don't you just take this spot since you haven't been able to do your show for the last whatever months.
I know,
So
I know, and I remember thinking, "Oh my God, I didn't! Wow, thank you, right? Thank you." I'm so excited. I'm so excited now. I listen every time I hear my music, the theme, and I'm sure it's for you too, Elix. It gets me very excited that I get to do this. I was thinking this morning when I was running that if you backed me up a number of years ago, I started this show, this radio show Through the Static in July 2018, and prior to that, even a year prior to that, if you ever told me I would have a radio show of my own, I would think, "Are you crazy? I don't know anything about radio, and I wouldn't know I wouldn't know anything about anything on doing a live radio show." And I was thinking about it as I was running, thinking, that's the greatest thing about when you just get into your energy. You just, and you believe in it and you trust in it, and anything can happen. Anything that you want can happen. And then you got your show, what was it, 2 years after my show? So
yeah,
that's pretty incredible.
it is, and that people can apply that to any part of their lives.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like when you're really looking at what you want. But I'll tell you, for that to happen, you have to make sure you're not living someone else's life. And I think so many of us do because of just the way we're conditioned. But putting that aside, that's a heavy subject. Elix,
Yes.
what's
Yes,
going on?
sir.
What up?
Well, what's going on is, first of all, being super, super, super busy, grinding because I want to finish 2025 strong. So I'm grinding, and I want to start 2026 with a bang. So I'm grinding, and we had an amazing Thanksgiving holiday. We're headed to Provincetown tomorrow for the Gay Man's Christmas holiday concert. What is it called?
Holiday.
Yeah. And then we're going to our favorite restaurant, Zero on Sales, with our friends, John and Christmas. So I can't wait. And we're gonna see our friend Vessel, our new friend Helman. I mean, it's super exciting, Stephen. So I'm all gung ho about that.
Yeah. I just love that. I love you saying that expression, a Puerto Rican saying gung ho. I just love it.
If you haven't seen this, you got to go to Instagram and see the reel that Steven posted about the two of us doing some
dancing.
Silly things, some silly dancing. Steven comes up with these ideas, and then I just like a fool. I just do whatever he tells me, and then
But
all he
during your
does is
cooking
laugh.
too,
Yes,
right?
yes. Oh yeah. That's and then he just laughs at every blooper, everything I do that makes him laugh. He's just nonstop.
Well, it's on Facebook too, but it's hilarious. I think there's a lot of views on it, which is
How many views so far? Getting to 4,000, right?
No, Instagram is over that. I know it hit
really?
over 4,000. Yeah,
Wow.
but you know, it's not. It's really for both of us. It's not about the views and how many. I mean, it's great, but it was really just more about doing it and just putting it out. So I actually just sent. My brother's not on social media, so I just sent it to him. He lives in New York City, so I sent him the video and said, just to let you know, we're for hire and for the Christmas season. So I'm just waiting for his response. I can only imagine what his response is going to be.
He's rolling his eyes right about now. Like absolutely rolling his eyes.
I am sure. But listen, for Thanksgiving too, I had my family come up from Florida. My cousin Holly, who really is like my sister, and my niece, her daughter, Morgan, and we had a great time. It was the first time they actually experienced an Elix Thanksgiving dinner. And so did John and Christmas. They came over too. So, and that's amazing. But to have my family here was just so wonderful. We got to do a lot of, Christmassy things and stuff that they had never done, like Snowport. Even though it was always Seaport, right? Now in Boston, now it's called Snowport. I don't know where that came from.
Only for the winter. Oh. That's the winter thing. That's all. Seaport, it's still Seaport. It's
no, I knew. I guess it's cute. Snowport, right? It is cute. And
it did snow when we were there. So
yes, we did. We were walking around, and the Floridians got to see. It was very light, but it was so cool that it snowed. And then we also went to the Enchanted Village at Jordan's Furniture in Avon, which is a staple because that has been around since it came from Jordan Marsh, right? And they have the blueberry muffins there, Jordan Marsh blueberry muffins. And by the way, I used to work at Jordan Marsh. I mean, during college, I did. I worked in Jordan Marsh, and I know, Elix, I have told this story, but it's such a good story. I'm going to tell it again. Ready?
Yeah, go. I mean, nothing's going to stop you from telling the story, so go for it.
Why would you want to stop me?
No, I've heard it many times.
There's so many. You don't know which one this is.
Oh, I think I do. Go ahead.
Well, in any case, I applied to Jordan Marsh for a job, and I thought I would be a salesperson. And they saw that I was in college going to school for accounting, and they said a position in the credit department just opened up. Would you like to work there? I'm like, sure. Best decision I've ever made. 6 years in the credit department. I was the only guy. It was all with women. I really literally had the best time. And we were getting ready to leave one night. And we walk out with management, whoever's on the floor, who's ever manages. So I was working with Carolyn, who I loved. She was older than me, but we just had the greatest time. The two people always worked in credit. And as we were getting ready to leave, I got these stickers that we used to use this was back when people used to come to open credit cards in the credit department. So, and they would get these little stickers. They were little white dots. So I grabbed a whole sheet, and as we were leaving, I said, Carolyn, the management ahead of us were chatting. They didn't even know we were behind them. And I said, here. And she's like, what are we doing with this? And I'm like, look at this dress. Those dots on the dress are the same exact size of the dots, the sticker dots that I'm holding and you're holding. I said, let's add dots to a dress. And she was like, no. And I'm like, yes. So she was like, puts her pocketbook down and starts putting them. We focused on one dress and just put dots. You could not tell the difference. And about 2 weeks later, Carolyn was in the back doing deposits that she used to do on Saturday. And all of a sudden there was this huge commotion because the credit department was next to the executive department. And we're all looking at each other, and the manager's with me. And I'm like, Joe or Pat, what is going on? She was like, I don't know. This woman comes storming out of the executive department. She slams the door, and you can see her like walking through, like away from credit, and she leaves. And so Josephine, who was a floor person, comes in, and we're like, what the heck? What was that all about? And she's like, this crazy woman came in with a dress and said that the dots were falling off the dress and that Jordan Marsh is a fraud. Well, Carolyn was in the back. She was told about it. She wouldn't come out from the back to see me because she couldn't. I did peek back there, and her eyes were watering because she was laughing so hard. As a matter of fact, she left to go to the ladies' room because she was laughing so hard. And that was a story between the two of us for a long time. Can you imagine? This woman gets home, she gets this dress, she puts it on, she wears it. She's probably out having dinner, and she touches something, and the dot comes off.
Listen, and I know people listening saying, "Oh no, that cannot be true." Oh, it is true. And
Oh yeah, you knew you had people that I'm still friends with on Facebook who have validated that story.
yeah, and there's more people, and there's actually worse. I can assure you, there's more and there's worst.
Oh, come
So,
on. You know what? Listen, I was on break one day. I was walking back to credit, and I noticed these polka dot. It was blue with white dots, and I thought, I think those dots are the same size or close to the same size of the dots that every time a salesperson comes up and they have a new application for a credit card for a new person, you get a dot on the and once the salespeople got 10 dots or 10 stickers, then they would get like this. It was like a raffle, and it had like 10% off, 50% off, sometimes like $50. So they had incentives to keep opening credit cards, and that's how I started thinking about it. And then that night, I was walking out. I did take a dot, and I looked at the dress, and I was with someone who wouldn't have done it with me, so I just put it there. I'm like, oh my god, these dots are exactly the same size. And then that Saturday night when I was working with Carolyn, I'm like, oh, she will do this with me. And the two of us were like laughing hysterically, putting those dots on the dress. And then we were so petrified that they were waiting for us because they're locking the doors. They were chatting so much, the executive team in front of us, that they didn't even know what we were doing. So they still don't.
only Stephen the Medium. And if you want more of that, buy his book. Then
That
you'll
is
get
true.
to know. And even the book doesn't have everything.
It
Just
can.
saying.
I mean, so the
It
book is
can.
is the suicide gift. So you can go on Ingram Sparks, or you can get it at Barnes and Noble. You can get it on Amazon. So
Hey, listen. By the way, I meant to ask you. Tell people that you do have a holiday special going on.
I do. I always do it in December. So check out my website, because normally our readings are 200 and they are 150. So you pay 150, but it's the value of 200. I like sell so many gift cards. People wait for this time period, so it's really good because you can give that for a gift, right?
You can.
So it's good. And Elix, I was going to say, what else is going on with you? But I think we got to take a break.
What's going on is that you need to take a break so we can get right back into action.
Well, you know what? We will do that. We will be right back.
It's gonna take a lot of love.
And good afternoon, and welcome back to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, and I have just a wonderful, handsome co-host here.
Smart, handsome, beautiful. Coach Elix. Coach Elix is in the house. See, that's what I mean, people. He is so silly.
I know.
He laughs even at our own
do.
bloopers.
I know, but you know what? There's so much worse. A worse way to be, right? If I'm silly, I'll take silly over cranky, or
Well, you
looking
can be
at
cranky
something
too. You can
Huh?
be cranky. You can be cranky too. But I take. Silly.
Is there anything else?
No, I take silly. I love you, silly. I really
So,
do.
let me ask you something, Elix. I was thinking about this too. Because you have your own business and you have clients, and you have interaction with them all the time. Is there times, or any time, that in those interactions, someone without obviously knowing about me or referencing me as a medium, but have ever in your conversations brought something up about spirit, or a connection with like their mom or dad who's passed, or something like that?
Yes, I think that happens quite often, and I see that as a sign that spirit is having them bring that up, because they know that if they bring it up, I'm gonna make the connection. And whenever appropriate, I always, of course, I mention you. Or sometimes I wait for the right time, or sometimes they bring it up because they know I'm married to you. But yeah, that happens quite frequently, Stephen.
Well, I was thinking it not nothing about me, like taking me out of the picture in reference to like bringing me up. I was thinking more about, because you've lived with me since this started, right? Because I didn't know this for the majority of my life of that I was a medium. Since it started, you have been around, and you've always been very, very connected and empathic, like very, very connected. But just like me, on this journey, you've had no choice but to sort of come along, and your connections have become so much stronger, because there's times that we're out and you'll point to something and say, look at that, and before I even see it, or I may not even like connect it. I was thinking more about, because spirit knows that you've grown so much in your connection, they probably also bring this up, or have your clients bring something up for you to have a number one, you catch it, and you know that it's something to do with spirit, like their mom or dad or whomever's here. But I think it gives you also better insight. So I think what spirit's doing with you is saying, you know what will help Elix to be able to coach whomever that's in front of you in a better way, or have more info. Let me just tell. Let me make sure that I have, my daughter, son, whoever it is, bring something up via spirit.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, Stephen. I think that is part of it. I think it's a combination of both. Let me just put it to you. Remember, not that this is related to my clients or my business, but remember several weeks ago, where my cousin called me to say, hey, I had a dream about you and Steven, right?
Yeah.
And, and I'm like, that's so weird. And I had no idea, like, where she was going to go with this. But then I said, oh, well, I'm going to tell Steven, because I had no idea. And as soon as I told you, you knew exactly why she told me, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is exactly, I really do feel, Stephen, that same dynamic happens for me with my clients. Because I'm telling you, it's sometimes I'm thinking, wow, you're actually making a comment that is so spirit related, and it gets my attention.
I love that, because if we weren't, or even if we were together and this whole mediumship thing didn't come up, you would have a whole different perspective, right? If someone said something, because we don't know. I mean, I know you've, even before I knew I was a medium, you always believed, so did I, right? But I think this brings it to a way different level of just having that knowledge and understanding, and knowing that when you look at somebody and someone brings up, like, they're going through something, and maybe just say something like, of all things, it happened on my mother's anniversary, who's passed away. I love the fact that you can immediately, like it snaps in your brain, like, her mom's here.
Yeah.
And I don't think most people do that.
I don't think most people. I don't think most people are open to understand spirit in that perspective, because most people are. I think it's automatic. It's not fault of anyone, but we get a sign, and we immediately, our brain works to find a way to justify why we got the sign. You know what I'm saying? Versus just believing you just got a sign from spirit.
Yeah.
And you helped me you've helped me tremendously with that. Because I've learned, you get a sign, it's a sign, and acknowledge it for what it is. It's a sign. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think you have such a key point here too, because most people, or a lot of people, let the left side of the brain come in, and if something happens, that they're right on the cusp, right on the fence. And imagine if that happens, and like your loved one in spirit sends you a sign, like say it's I don't know, say it's nice weather out, you're in your kitchen, the windows are open, and you're by yourself, and all of a sudden something, either on the windowsill or the kitchen table next to the window, like just out of nowhere, just falls on the floor, and of course startles you, and you look, and for the split second you're on that fence, and say you lost your mom, and you're thinking, and maybe even say whatever fell was connected to your mother somehow, some way. It doesn't matter how the connection is, and you think for a split second, that was that my mom. Now remember, on this side we all think about it, and then the left side of the brain comes in and says, hey, crazy, you're right next to the window. That, I know it's not a windy day, but it was enough wind to knock it down. And then it settles there, and you don't acknowledge it as a sign. And imagine what really happens behind the scenes, because I do readings all the time, right? And that's how I see dead people. So in that particular case, your mother is standing like right next to you, crossing her fingers. She pushes the thing off the table, and when it falls, and you're in that frequency for a second of, was that my mom? And she's getting all excited, and then you're like, no, that was the wind. And then she just looks like Don, and it will never stop her from sending signs. But imagine the difference if you were like, I know that was mom. I know that was mom. Your mom, then her reaction or response is hugging, putting her arms around you and saying like, baby, thank you. My son, thank you. I love that you got it. I love that I'm here. So it's two different responses. And it's very comparable to us in the physical world versus spirit, because all spirit wants is for us to see the signs. And unlike us, we have life, like you just said, Elix. It makes sense. We have life and so much other stuff going on that it's easy to miss signs. But when you're in spirit, that really is the focus, because they're in the better place, they're home, and they know that we're living this life, sometimes struggling in it, and it's a learning experience. So I love sharing that sort of scenario so that people can understand the other side,
And the more, and I've heard you say this so often, Stephen, the more you acknowledge the sign, the more signs you get. The more open you are to the signs, the more signs you get.
Right.
So you got to practice, just being open and acknowledging, even if it's a little. little sign. Like now, I am so used to, like, if I see a penny, oh, I know. If I see a feather, I know. Those are my signs, and they do not go unnoticed anymore.
I love that. Someone said to me once exactly what you said. I made a comment in the group, and the same thing that you just said about the more you acknowledge signs, the door opens a tiny bit more, and that's, you want that door completely open, because that's sort of like, then that's the portal, if you will, and you will have that like constant connection of seeing signs, and who doesn't want signs, right? You want to know if your mom or dad or grandmother or
We all
grandfather,
do.
dog or
Yeah.
cat, right, are dead. You want to get signs from them. And so I remember one woman came up to me, this was probably like a year ago, and said, why? I just love people. Why? About what I had said.
Why what, Stephen?
Well, what I just said about, like, the more you acknowledge signs, the more you get. So she said to me, why? And she said, is it like they get frustrated if you don't, and so if you get it, they keep sending more signs? And I love the question. I'm like, no. I'm like, you still always will get the same signs, the same amount of signs every single day. We all do. It's not on their end, it's on our end. And when we acknowledge that it's a sign from somebody in spirit, what that does for us is it raises our frequency. So it brings us into a place where we can connect and see signs. And the more you do that, obviously, the more you're raising your vibration and your frequency, and you are then more apt to see signs. So it's really nothing to do with them. It really has all to do with us.
With us.
Yeah, and when you figure it out and you flip the switch and figure out what signs, like how spirit sends us signs, then you're golden, because you will just keep getting them. But I know it sounds weird for me to say, it's a hard thing to do, yet it's a very easy thing to do, because once you figure it out, then it's so easy, and it's not really that difficult to figure out. But the difficulty part comes in because we have lives, and we have jobs, and we have kids, and we have things that are always in our brains that we never are in that frequency, because we're always on the physical plane, because this is where we live, and that vibration is not where you need to be.
I love that. You know what sign you're getting right about now, Stephen?
That I have to take a break?
That's right.
We know you talk like you talk to me like I am a novice in this. Like, this is my first episode. I'm watching the
Listen,
the clock.
You're my co-pilot. I am just doing my duty as the co-pilot here. Just saying.
So
I don't want Dave. I don't want to ruin my record with Dave. Just he thinks really good of me, so I want to keep it that way.
Well, if you do want a reading, give us a call, 508-222-1320, and we'll be right back.
This never happened. Oh.
South Attleboro Lions in Bethany Village Church will host Breakfast with Santa on Saturday, December 13th, beginning at 9 in the morning. The event will take place at the Bethany Village Fellowship, located at 516 Newport Avenue in Attleboro. Families and children will have time to meet Santa, share breakfast, make a craft, and take part in games. Event details and timing may be updated as the date approaches.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand? No, you hold my hand. Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. I learned patience from my adopted dad. All he had to say was,
Hey, you got this. Just breathe.
Come on home. You look stupid. Hi to me.
Pretty good. Yeah. Might have to start a band. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to
Welcome back to Through the Static. I am your host, Stephen Medium, and my co-host is here with me.
That was not me.
No, because you know what? Which is
Gotta be
interesting.
spirit.
On break, I think we can hear the callers. I think so. Can somebody hear me?
Dave, get with the
Hello?
program.
Hi,
Oh,
who's
there
this?
we are.
Hi, this is Lisa.
Lisa, you know what? Right before you called, I said to Elix, whoever's calling has an L name. I don't know if it's Lynn, Lisa, Linda. Elix, did I not just say that?
You did.
So Lisa, I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad that Spirit already told me that you were coming. So Lisa, is there a particular person you want to hear from, or do you want me to open it up? It is completely your decision.
Okay, thank you. I would like to hear from my mother, but specifically in talking about summoning spirits, I would really like to summon my mother to help my sister, who is going through some difficulty right now. And she needs a mother very, very badly. And I am her older sister, and I'm not her mother, though. And I wish my mother could wrap her arms around my sister and just let my sister feel her, because she's really in a bad place right now. And I'm wondering if that's possible.
Lisa,
Otherwise,
first
I
and
would like to just... Yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was going to say first and
Otherwise,
foremost.
I'd like to just hear from my mother. Tell me what to do.
I think Lisa, either way, she's here, so you're gonna. But I mean, I just want to give a shout out to, the fact that you're calling and focusing on messages for your sister is just really just representation or a reflection of who you are. So kudos to you, Lisa. I love your energy, and I'm sure people around you love you too. So your mom's here, but let me ask you something, Lisa. When I also got the L name, and I said to Elix, there's an L person on the phone, I also kept seeing someone being born. So were you old enough to be able to are there enough years between you would know or be very well aware of when your sister was born?
No, there's only 2 years.
Okay, so that's not it.
Years between us. But my sister just found out that she's going to have a granddaughter. And she found
that's
that
what it
out
is.
2 days ago.
Yeah, that's the baby then.
That's the baby.
Yep, I could
right
see
on.
the baby. Your mother was showing me the baby being born. So yes. So Lisa, let me start off by telling you it is your mom, because she's the one that's giving me the reference or giving it to you that she knows about her. That's then her great grandbaby, right?
Yes.
Yes. But by the way, with the yes or no, does she know what sex it is?
Yes, she does.
I mean, maybe I'm crazy. With the yes or no, did you already tell me?
No.
Okay.
I haven't told
But so your mom she knows everything, right? She also just said happy birthday or happy anniversary. There's something right around happening.
She and my father would have had an anniversary about a month ago. There's not any birthday or anniversary, where most of us are August babies.
So if usually a month is a little bit further than they normally give me. It's usually today is December 5th. So it's usually 2 weeks back or 2 weeks forward. It could be anniversary of death, but just keep it with you. Who's the C or K name? Like Chris or Kevin?
Chris, I have a cousin who's going to have a birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
Happy
well,
birthday
that
to
would be
Christine tomorrow.
that would be the birthday then, Lisa. So your
my
mother's
cousin,
standing.
I beg your pardon. I thought you meant this is my sister or one of my sisters or I. No. My cousin Christine's having a birthday tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa, you know how this works? Let me just tell you. So your mom is standing next to me, and I'm watching her, and we're having a conversation. We're having a dialogue as I'm talking to you simultaneously. So when you said there's no birthdays or anniversaries close, except the anniversary of your parents last month, your mother said, Stephen, just say the C or K name. And that's why I said Chris, and because she's like, Chris's birthday is right now, so just know it's your mama. Right, so she just said to me, first and foremost, Lisa, I need you to know that I have been with you guys since I crossed, always. In that sometimes, Lisa, you can only do so much for anybody, including your family. So make sure you keep this with you, because your mom's saying, you know, you are a caregiver, you are a healer, and obviously, just based on your conversation, I can tell that. Obviously, anybody can tell that. But your mom's saying, Lisa, honey, keep doing what you're doing, but just always know that, you know, some things are out of control, some things are out of your control. Your sister's heart is smashed. I don't know what is going on with her. It looks like your mother just showed me like a glass heart that she just dropped on the ground and smashed all over the place. So and she's having so much difficulties getting past something. I don't know what this is, but there's something that she's stuck in, and it's so affecting her self-esteem and confidence and all of that. And your mother said, Lisa, I bring that up to let you know I know every single thing that's going on with my daughter, with your sister, and that I am, please don't worry about this. I love your mom. I got this. I keep hearing your mother say, I've got this. But also remember, Lisa, and this is coming from your mom, who's in spirit, who has lived this life, but in spirit gets to see so much more, like we all do when we cross over. And your mom said, Lisa, honey, you also have to know that sometimes we have to go through things. We have to go through things to get us stronger, to get us on the other side of the rainbow. And your mom said, your support for your sister is so key. She's going to get through this. So listen, just make sure you keep it with you. And why does your mother keep talking about her ring? Or someone's ring. She keeps like, oh my God, it's Lisa, I know this is a weird question, but did someone pawn a ring?
Pawn a ring? Oh no. No.
I love Lisa. Oh no. So if that's not
no, but you have me thinking, like, you know, isn't this interesting? I mean, I'm going to ask my sister, because she was, you know, she's having financial difficulties. I wonder, it would be my grandmother's, my mother's ring, but please, God, let that not be true. I can't do that.
No, Lisa, let me just back up for a second, because I don't want you to leave me. The whole point of what I do is for you to leave me in a better place, and I don't want you like in this place of she's selling blah blah blah. It's not that. It's I think though. Was your sister married?
My sister was married a long time ago. She's been divorced for, over 20 years.
It feels like that's the ring that your mother's talking about, that her wedding ring. Do you know, like, if that's still around?
I don't know about that. I don't know if she sold her wedding ring. I turned mine into earrings myself.
Yeah. Well, turning them into earrings in a pawn shop, totally different things, Lisa.
Totally
just saying.
Yeah.
but it's the spirit gives us stuff that you need, that's going to help you move forward. So I just saw somebody in a pawn shop bringing something. So I'm just telling you what I saw from her, from your mom. Okay. But remember, that may not even be about your sister or you. It could be like you could hang up and say, oh my God, I remember Auntie did that, or Uncle did that, or my best friend did that. So just keep that with you.
They had a robbery when my parents were both alive. Someone robbed their house and took my father's, which was my grandfather's, diamond, his big beautiful ring, and of course I'm sure that was pawned. But that
my God, Lisa, that's what this is. That's what this is that I just saw them pawning that ring. So your mother was like, oh, Stephen, thank God she doesn't think the other ring's being sold or pawned. I'm like, we're all good now. We're good, Lisa.
Yeah,
we're all good.
Okay.
But just keep your mother is the sweetest thing ever. I tune into her energy, and I just love her heart, and it saddens her if you guys think that she's not around. She just wants to make sure you know that she's here with you. She's watching over what's going on with your sister. And, your mom just said, Lisa, 2026, honey, is going to be much better for everybody, including your sister. But again, sometimes we just have to go through some things to get to the other side. But by the way, your mother just said, the dog's here.
Oh, Timmy,
there's a little dog that just keeps going.
My little dachshund. He was a little dog. He was a little dachshund.
I just keep seeing in front of you, in front of your mother, this dog going back and forth, back and forth. So again, it's more about letting you know it's really your mom and she's taking care of you. She just said to me, please make sure she knows I'm not just taking care of her sister. I'm also taking care of her. And she just said something about you and the house. I don't know. Did you just do something?
I did some things to my house to make it look better. Does she like it?
She loves it. Like Lisa, like she loves whatever it is. I love how she just says, talk about the house, in your house, Lisa. Yes, she does. She loves blue. I don't know why she's saying that. She loves blue.
Yep, she does love blue. That was her favorite color. How'd you know?
Well, she's telling me, Lisa. She's here with me, so. So listen, I have to take a break. Lisa, thank you so much for calling.
I am so happy that you're on Fridays and I got to listen to you. I'm so happy. And Mr. Elix, you are a hoot. The two of you together, I just love you so much, really.
Thank you,
Lisa. That means so much to us. And listen, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and thank you for calling, and a lot of love to you. And we will be right back.
Thank you. I love your energy. Bye.
Bye. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen, the medium, your host, and I am with my amazing husband and co-host.
Coach Elix.
Coach Elix is here too, just supporting me. And if it gets rowdy, I know he'll back me up, right?
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Melinda.
Melinda?
Yes.
Hi, Melinda. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, Melinda. So, Melinda, is there anybody you want to hear from specifically, or do you want me to open this up? It's completely up to you.
Whatever the message is for me, I'm okay with.
I love that. Melinda, you're so easy. Well, let me ask you something, Melinda. Who's Bob or Robert or Barbara? There's somebody before you got on that I kept hearing either living or crossed. That name doesn't resonate with you?
No.
Well, keep it with you, Melinda. And it doesn't necessarily have to be family. It could be someone you work with. But let me just get to who's here. So there's definitely a mother energy, but it sounds like it's a grandmother. Is your mother living?
My mother is living, yes.
So you must have a grandmother in spirit, because it felt like this is a is Dad's mom in spirit?
Yes, both of them are.
She's stepping forward, but who's the younger male? Is your father in spirit or here?
Younger male would be my brother.
Oh, so your brother's in spirit. So he was not playing. He's like, I'm coming through right now. And just, your brother's got a lot to say, Melinda. Your brother, he's confusing. He's a very confusing guy, I think, in the physical world as well as in spirit. He just said, Melinda, I was the one that brought up the Robert, or when I hear Bob, Melinda, it could be Bob or Barbara, but he's bringing that up. Robert, Bob, Barbara, just keep it with you because it's important for him. And said, why does he say you wouldn't think he'd be first to come through?
I don't know, because it's unusual for him to come through, I guess.
Oh, that's why he's coming through, right?
Yeah.
He's very, like I said, he's very, very different, but in a good way. But he just said, I just wanted to come through to let my sister know I'm with her. I'm always around her. And he keeps saying, what's the holdup? What is he talking about, Melinda? Are you switching something? Are you switching jobs? Are you moving? What is he talking about?
Probably my next step in my career is probably what he's referring to.
Yeah, but he's saying it like, what's the holdup? Like, honey, let's go. Like, you're already there? I don't know if this makes sense, Melinda, but I'm looking at your brother, and your brother just said to me, like, staring at me, my sister is so smart. He said so damn smart, but he's so smart, in that part of her energy is already in this next stage because she knows that's where she wants to go. It's already there. He's like, I am guiding her. I'm watching her, whether she likes it or not. And I just want to be her muse to say, like, sis, it's time. Like, it's been prepared. You've been doing all this work. It's ready for you. So you need to step into it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it absolutely does.
So no, listen, not only your brother, but your grandparents are here. Everyone is just giving a validation, but your brother, I love him because I said, your sister just said you don't come through, like if she's been to other mediums. And he said, Stephen, I come through when I feel like I really need to come through. And because I love this girl so much, I'm always in the background. I'm always watching. And if she goes to other mediums or psychics and other people come through, I don't want to take that away. I want others to let her know they're here. But everybody else, your grandparents, are pointing to your brother saying, honey, Melinda, he's it for you. And I don't know how that's received for you, but I got to tell you, this your brother, he talks about you in spirit every single morning, brings people in like they're watching a TV show, and just talks about how incredible his sister is. And he just said, he's crying and just said, I'm sorry. I don't know what that's about, but he just keeps saying, I'm sorry. It almost feels like, I don't know if he caused stuff I'm not really sure what this is, but or maybe he made bad decisions. But I can just tell you, he's saying he's sorry and he loves you, Melinda. So keep that with you because I've got to because I'm running out of time. I got to leave you with that. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Melinda, thank you. A lot of love to you, and you have a great day.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I love Melinda's energy. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, who's this?
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, what, Melinda? Then Melissa. You're making it easy for me, Melissa. So, Melissa, is there anybody you want to specifically hear from? Open it up. What do you want me to do?
I'll just, whatever comes through, comes through.
Okay, so Melissa, let me ask you before I even tell you who's here. What's going on with a mechanic or a car?
Nothing really particular.
Yeah, there is a guy that I can smell oil and gasoline. He is in the engine and he's looking at you or looking at somebody. So you just didn't, like, within the last week or so, your car wasn't being serviced for anything?
It wasn't, no.
So if that's not if the case is it wasn't, there's got to be something that connected to you. It sort of feels like somebody connected to you, either living across, worked to something to do with cars. And but this feels like a young. Do you have a brother?
I do have a brother, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Melissa, let me just leave this with you in reference to this guy. There's a guy who's in spirit. He's young. He died young, and he keeps connecting himself to a car or a motorcycle. So I don't know if this is connected. So are there three of you siblings, or you have three siblings?
No.
Wait, it's just the two of you?
Nope, I have a brother. There's 5 of us.
Is it split between like 3 boys or 3 girls?
Nope, there's 4 girls.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe he's talking. Is your brother the third one?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
so keep this with you. So it feels like I keep getting pulled to. Who's John or Jim or George? The GJ name. Just keep it with you, Melissa. If it doesn't come, it will come. This is this young guy. What was that?
I can't think of anyone offhand.
Yeah, but you know what? As soon as we hang up, you'll think of them in very, very quickly. It happens all the time. Just keep with you that this young guy died, and he's connected to you or your siblings. In school, he died fast, and I think it's a car accident. And maybe you or whomever, a sibling, wasn't really close to them, but he's bringing it up, and he keeps talking about the D name or the D town or the D high school or college. There's some D as like in Duke. There's something here. Or D as in, are you in Massachusetts?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I was just going to throw out a D town to give you an example. So Dallas, like Detroit, whatever the case is, there's something with the D. Just keep it with you. And there's a grandmother who's also giving, is very emotional. There's a grandfather too who's very emotional. This grandfather is always with you. You must have lost at least one, right?
I've lost, all of my grandparents.
But there's a specific grandfather. Oh my God! So the GJ is connected with the Alan, Ann. Who's the A name? Melissa.
A would be my mom.
So it's a way for me to know that this is your dad, your mom's dad, because that's what they do. They connect me on one side. Whatever her name is with the A, it's that dad stepping forward, or your grandfather. Just giving you a beautiful validation. And you know what? This guy that I know you're thinking in your head, I don't know who Steven's talking about. You do. You'll figure it out. He just keeps saying about a child. Is someone trying to get pregnant?
No.
Just keep, yes, because there's somebody close to you. It could be a good friend. It could be a friend's daughter. There's something with you know what this is, Melissa? And I hate that I got to go because the show's going to end. Somebody was having a difficult time having a child. Just keep it with you, because it's a way that Spirit's saying they know what's going on with you and they're watching you. So I'm going to leave that with you, Melissa. Go back to WARA. You can listen back to this, and I guarantee you everything will fall into place, okay?
Okay. All right.
All right, listen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. A lot of love
Bye-bye.
to you. All right, so listen, Elix, we're up to the end of the show. So tell
You
people
did.
how they can get in touch with you.
Coach Elix, anywhere on social media. If you don't follow me, please do.
And is there anything else going on with you?
No, that I love you.
Oh,
No, there's nothing. There's nothing else. We just happy-go-lucky people today.
Everybody listening just touched their heart and said, that was so beautiful. Really? Exactly. And I know who did it the most, and who's probably weeping right now, is David, our producer. Because, you know, that is a very positive, sensitive boy that just takes in everything. So, and we love him, right? We do. We love him.
We do.
So you say that so nonchalantly. We do.
No, we do.
We do.
Because you have to give him with limits. Otherwise, his head is going to explode. So one little bit at a time. I
didn't know where you were going with the limits, but that makes sense. But I also want to give a shout out to Dave and to everyone at WARA. I just, at the last minute, just texted or emailed Jim last night, who's the manager, and said, oh my God, is it okay if we do my show instead? And he responded right away at like 10:30 at night. Like, that's great. That's fine. These guys are great that they do this for us. And a big shout out to Mark. Mark is still recuperating right now. Mark is usually the guy that produces our show. And so sending a lot of healing and white light to Mark. And for everybody else, in reference to Through the Static, I want to just give everybody a happy holiday, Merry Christmas. I know that's going to be here before you know it. We will be back next Friday with Elix's show, Get a Grip with Coach Elix, where we reverse and I become the co-pilot. So I hope everyone has a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend, and a lot of love to every one of you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.